Yes, sir.
I'll be sharing with you today on knowing Mr. or Miss Right. That is choosing a right compatible partner. You know, among born-again Christians, there is this thought, which is in Genesis 2:22 to 23, that Adam said, "This is now the bone of my bones and the flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man." So from that passage, the theory and doctrine has come out, which is there is a bone of your bones for every man and for every woman that you have to keep searching for all over the world, that you don't know exactly where that person is located. You can be a dark man, can be a fair man, might be tall, might be short, but there's only one person located somewhere in one corner of the world. Can that be true? Well, if that is true, if there's only one woman for every man, and considering how people are distributed all over the world, there are usually more women than we have men. So it means if everybody has chosen his own, many women will be left out. Secondly, what of those who had to remarry? You know, we have had men of God that needed to remarry because they lost their wives. Now, if the first people they chose were the exact bone of their bones and flesh of their flesh, then what will you now call the second person that they got married to? Then the third point we should consider, what about Solomon's time? When, according to 1 Kings 11 verse 3, Solomon married 700 wives and 300 concubines. That's 1,000 women. Now, if we are to consider that that theory of a bone, only one bone for me, is right, then it means in the time of Solomon, he married the right person. Let's assume that there's only one, out of 1,000, only one was right for him. Then it means 999 women were not his bone or the bone of his bone. They were not the flesh of his flesh. And that means he has stolen the wife or the bone of 999 men. So where will all the 999 men find their own wives? That means all those 999 chose wrong people everywhere. So this theory cannot be true. It cannot be true. It's not right that there's only one person, and once you miss that bone, then any other person you choose, prophet will tell you, you didn't choose your bone. You chose another person's bone. And people dwelling on that, it creates fear, it creates suspicion. It does not even allow people to put up any effort to make their marriage work once they hear that they chose the wrong partner. So, well, that means if I've chosen the wrong partner, let me just relax, let me go for another right partner. The bone of my bone is an error, is a wrong doctrine. Then the next question is it God actually choosing for people? Is he the one choosing for people? Well, even, God taught me some of these things over the years after passing through a tough time myself in making up, getting a choice of a life partner. God is called the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. None of them received a prophetic word to have a marriage. All we know is that Abraham had a beautiful wife called Sarah. She was so beautiful that Abraham was even trying to hide her from other men. 2, Isaac also had a beautiful wife called Rebekah. That she was so beautiful that when they got to Gerar, he also was trying to hide her from the people of the city. Jacob, when it was time to choose, preferred to choose Rachel. To him, Rachel was beautiful. And the Bible says he hated Leah. He did not like Leah throughout that marriage, and Leah suffered for it. So he too had a wife. But none of them had a prophet directing a woman to him. And so it means that I don't believe the choice of your partner is the choice, is that God has chose it. Your wife is a reflection of your desire and your choice, even more than God. It is you that will search for a wife and find a wife. You that will search for a husband and find a husband. But you will only require the wisdom of God. Wisdom of God to know who is compatible spiritually, who is compatible emotionally or academically or socially. That is where the wisdom of God will come in, because the Bible says beauty is vain. So it's not only beauty we look for, we also look for other character and compatible characteristics that will make the marriage to be peaceful and successful. So this is just the introduction. We'll continue next time.